Everyone seems to be terrified of sugar.
Sugar.
They treat it like something that is slowly killing you. It makes you fat, gives you diabetes, and it ages your skin. There are so many videos on the topic, it makes it hard to know what's true. But finally understanding the physiology makes everything much less confusing. Almost every major fear related to sugar comes from just 3 physiological ideas: excess fat production, high blood sugar and insulin resistance, and glycation. When you understand those 3 things, everything makes a lot more sense. We all know that fat gain is the most feared aspect of eating sugar, but here's how it actually works. When you eat sugar, your body breaks it down into glucose and fructose. Glucose enters your bloodstream where it's used as energy by tissues throughout the body. Any excess is stored as glycogen in your muscles and liver. Fructose is different though. Before the rest of your body can use it, it first has to be processed by your liver. Some of it replenishes liver glycogen, while the rest is used for energy or converted into other molecules. All of this is normal and healthy, but problems occur when you consistently eat more energy than your body needs. Once glycogen stores are full, that excess energy starts getting stored as fat, some in fat tissue, but high intakes of fructose can also promote fat buildup within the liver itself, which is called fatty liver. That's the main reason people are afraid of sugar. But this fat gain creates even more problems. Carrying more body fat, especially around the abdomen and liver, actually changes how your body responds to insulin. Insulin is the hormone that lowers blood sugar by signaling tissues to pick up glucose from the bloodstream. So when those tissues become more resistant to insulin, your pancreas has to produce more of it to keep your blood sugar under control. Eventually, it can't keep up though, which causes chronically high blood glucose that damages blood vessels, nerves, and tissues throughout the body, the root of most nasty type 2 diabetes complications. And this leads into yet another complication, something you probably haven't heard of: advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. These form when glucose begins sticking to fat or protein throughout the body. Of course, this happens more often when blood glucose is chronically elevated. AGEs can build up over time and contribute to skin aging, inflammation, and cell damage. They are also associated with several chronic diseases, especially in diabetics. And to round out this list, sugar consumption feeds the bacteria in your mouth, which dissolve your tooth enamel and can lead to cavities. So yeah, the fears about sugar make sense when considering the physiology. Sugar can contribute to fat gain, insulin resistance, AGEs, fatty liver, and cavities. But here's the nuance that changes everything. Sugar can do all of those things, but the real question is under what conditions? You don't become fat or insulin resistant from eating one cookie, or even a cookie every single day. Your body is built to process sugar. You eat the cookie, blood sugar rises, then insulin rises, tissues use the sugar, the rest becomes glycogen, and blood sugar returns to normal. But you will run into problems when the occasional cookie becomes a chronic overeating pattern. Body fat accumulates, tissues stop responding to insulin, blood sugar stays elevated, and the problems we talked about become much more likely. Here's the important part to remember. Consistently overeating sugar will eventually make you gain fat. But overeating fat and protein also makes you gain fat. So sugar isn't unique for that reason. Where it's somewhat unique is that eating high amounts of sugar means high fructose intake, which can contribute to liver fat even without gaining weight. But this is only in chronic overeating of sugar, not normal doses. Sugar is not uniquely harmful. What matters is the conditions you eat it in. To recap, chronically eating too much sugar, especially in a long-term calorie surplus, leads to the issues I mentioned: body fat accumulation, high blood sugar, and age production. Fatty liver and dental cavities can also occur simply by eating too much sugar without being in a calorie surplus. This is why people are afraid of sugar. But still, what matters is the conditions you eat them in. The rule that I personally follow for something like sugar is everything in moderation. And with everything else you learn, you shouldn't need to be afraid of sugar anymore. What matters a lot more for long-term health is how you use sugar. Make sure to subscribe if you want more videos like that in the future or on other fitness topics.